against Jake Reinhardt. Pair of 6'7", 6'6" guys jumping it up, and it'll be the Bulldogs winning the opening tap. And with the basketball will be Aaron Frazier. Stands at 6 feet tall. That might be pushing it. Mike Atwater over there. Atwater gets it to Shivers. Shivers over to Frazier. Frazier down the right side of the lane, draws the contact, and he will go to the line right off the bat on the game's first possession. Aaron Frazier, you talked about him in the pregame with a nice move down the lane.
Solid take there, strong take by Frazier, and trying to set the tone early as it's a physical game here at the national tournament.
Foul on Keith Biggers, 6'7" junior from Champaign, Illinois. And Frazier's free throw is off the mark, no good.
Now, Matt, great sports information at McPherson. They're 20-0 when wearing white uniforms this year.
That is your fun fact for this afternoon, for this evening rather. And Frazier hits the free throw, so they are out to that 1-0 lead. Dakota State will bring it up, and primarily man-to-man defense played at the championship. Both of these teams start out in that. Trojans with the basketball. High post it goes. There's the Luke Lamb will try a three, no good. Rebounded by Jake Reinhardt for McPherson. Over to Atwater. Atwater running the point for the Bulldogs. Up top it goes to Shivers. Shivers has it taken away by Dakota State, and a foul on Dakota State. Shivers picks up the personal foul, or for McPherson rather.
Not a smart foul there by Shivers. Got caught up, had his back to the play, and just got in front of Dakota State there.
So Dakota State forces the turnover. To trigger in will be Dakota State. Bringing it up will be Donald Stewart. Stewart, right side, it goes to Lamb. Lamb closely guarded by Aaron Frazier. Lamb, and his pass is stolen by Atwater. Atwater, and it's stolen right back by Dakota State. Dakota State, Jesse Bean comes away with it. Teams trade turnovers, and it'll be the Trojans bringing it into the front court. Stewart with the basketball, down low, nice entry pass, shot up, no good. Tipped up and no good by Biggers. Tracking down the rebound is McPherson. Biggers a couple of good looks there, couldn't come up with it. Atwater will bring it across the timeline for McPherson. Atwater, high post entry. It goes to Jordan Crawford. Crawford over to Atwater. Atwater to Frazier, curling on the screen. 10-footer up, no good. And it's rebounded by Spencer Adams for Dakota State. He'll give it up to Stewart. Stewart across the timeline. Dumps it down low to the big fella, Biggers. Biggers skips it out to Lamb. Lamb, short corner pass to Adams. Adams backing his way in there, gets his man in the air. Nice scoop shot up and good for Spencer Adams.
Pretty move there by Adams. Uses his size there and tucks between two defenders, makes a land.
So Dakota State with their first lead, 2-1. Shivers with the basketball. Shivers out to Atwater. Atwater, top of the key, looking to penetrate. Poked away and stolen by Dakota State. McPherson with the turnover. Dakota State 3-on-1 break. Finger roll up and good for Luke Lamb. Transition basket for Dakota State. Now a blocking foul on the Trojans. It'll be the second team foul, block foul charge to Donald Stewart, his first.
Boy, Dakota State came ready to play. They're not too concerned about the late start. Great defense here early on by the Trojans, forcing a few McPherson turnovers here.
Chris Crawford, 6'5" senior from McPherson, Kansas, and Adam Bruner checking in as well for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs with the basketball. Frazier drives baseline, puts it up and good. Nice take by Aaron Frazier. He's got all three of McPherson's points, and it's 4-3. Dakota State with the basketball. Bringing it up is Yusef Gray, who checks in for the Trojans. Gray pass poked away, recovered by Lamb. Lamb, left side, jumper, Jesse Bean off the mark, no good. Rebound tracked down by McPherson, and a foul on Dakota State. It'll be McPherson basketball.
And right into our photographer there on the baseline. Dangerous to be a photographer sometime.
And he will recover, pick up his seat, pick up the lens. Hopefully there's no damage. Photographer Brian Beard does a great job shooting these games. Busy couple days for him as well. So McPherson with the basketball. Bringing it up is Andrew Bruner. Bruner up top to Frazier. Frazier gets the screen, now looking to penetrate down the lane. Scoop shot, got it to go. Count it, and one. Frazier will go to the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Well, there again, Frazier takes the ball strong to the hoop, sells out. Dakota State tries to take the charge there. But Frazier, I was about to say he's kind of been held silent so far through the first 3 minutes, but he take that one hard to the hole, and now he's at the line for a three-point play.
On the season, Frazier 79%, and he converts a three-point play, and it's 6-4 in favor of McPherson. And now the Bulldogs are going to pick up and show full court pressure here. We'll see if it's just token pressure or they're going to stick with it. Dakota State inbounds it. That's Bean with it. Bean gives it up to Gray. Gray will work it up against the pressure by Andrew Bruner. Gray with the basketball. He'll dribble left side. Gray down low. It goes to Biggers. Biggers a load, a wide body, if you will, down low. He occupies some space. Gives it up to Bean. Bean right side to Lamb. Lamb, baseline drive, gets his man in the air, scooped shot up and good for Luke Lamb. His second field goal ties it at 6.
Talk about a tough guy to guard, and Lamb, he's got a great size for a wing, and he takes the ball really, really well to the basket.
Frazier with the basketball for McPherson. Into the lane is Crawford. Crawford kicks it out to Chris Crawford. That's Jordan Crawford. He'll try a three off the mark, no good. Fight for the rebound, tracked down by Dakota State. Good board there by Jesse Bean. Trojans with an opportunity to take back the lead. Bringing it up is Gray. Gray will set up the Trojans offense. Kind of a methodical half-court style by the Trojans. With the basketball's Bean. Bean gets it down low to the big fella, up and good. Keith Biggers with his first deuce, and it's 8-6. Dakota State with the advantage.
Dakota State right now 4 of 7, but I think all 4 of those baskets may be inside the paint.
McPherson with the basketball. McPherson dribble drive taken up and in by Andrew Bruner. Bruner converts the basket, and it's 8-8. Ties it. 15 minutes left to go in this first half. With the basketball, bringing it up is Gray. Gray over to Bean. Bean, high post, goes to Biggers. Biggers to Bean. Bean will try 17-footer up, no good, and it's rebounded by Adam Bruner. And Dakota State forces the turnover and a timeout.
On defense.
A couple of subs for Dakota State. Jordan Snyder and Cameron Krupp into the Trojan lineup. Bringing it up will be Gray against token full court pressure. Mike Atwater checks back in for McPherson. With the basketball is Jesse Bean. Bean right side to Gray. Gray down low to Crump. Crump backing his way in. Little baby sky hook with the left hand. It's off the mark. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll be McPherson basketball.
Kind of early in the shot clock for a shot like that. You'd like to see a little bit more patience on the offensive side.
McPherson with the basketball, chance to retake the lead. Having a couple of lead changes already, a bunch of ties. It'll be Mike Atwater, the 5'7" junior, to bring it up for McPherson. Atwater at the top of the key, still with the basketball. Kind of a methodical style right now by both teams. That's Crawford. Crawford back to Atwater. Atwater. And there's a jumper by Mason Hewitt off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Luke Lamb for Dakota State. Into the front court it goes. Donald Stewart misses the 10-footer. Up, no good. Rebounded by Crump, up and good. Cameron Crump, the sophomore, with the putback. Dakota State back in front by 2, 10-8. Atwater will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Atwater dribbles it and hands it off to Miller. Miller, high post, it goes to Chris Crawford. Chris Crawford in the high post, over to Atwater. Atwater gets the screen, back to Crawford. Crawford fakes the 15-footer, now picks up his dribble. Down low to Miller. Miller on the baseline, gives it up to Hewitt. Hewitt back out to Atwater, 8 seconds to shoot. Atwater gets the screen, he'll dribble drive down the lane. Puts it up, no good, but a foul on Luke Lamb. And that foul kind of bails out McPherson, down to 1 second on the shot clock.
And those are the fouls you hate to see if you're a coach. You get the other team all the way down to, there was 1 second on the shot clock. Atwater fading away, and like you said, a bailout foul there.
Atwater just 5'7" against Lamb at 6'6". A lot of size there for Dakota State. Just go straight up, don't draw the foul. Atwater at the line, gets the friendly roll for his first points of the evening.
Samson Shivers returning for McPherson.
Atwater on the season, played in just 11 games, 33%, 3 of 9 from the free throw line on the season. If these season stats are indeed correct, he makes both free throws. So Atwater ties the game at 10. Dakota State basketball with 13:30 left to go. And McPherson trying to speed up the tempo, picking up full court. Nice feed down low to Crump. Lost the handle and a turnover on Crump. He couldn't control the pass.
Crump really thought that McPherson knocked that out. He didn't think he had his hand on it.
So the turnover on Dakota State. He'll give the ball back to McPherson. McPherson, chance to take the lead. Atwater into the front court, over to Shivers. Shivers down the left side of the lane, puts up the shot, no good. Tipped in by McPherson. That was Mason Hewitt with a putback, and McPherson moves back in front by 2, 12-10.
Pretty move by Shivers to create that point there for McPherson. Explosive
move by Shivers. He's got a great first step. Dakota State, Keith Lee with the basketball. Lee, left side over to Lamb. Lamb down low to Crump, and we have a foul on McPherson. Reach around foul on Mason Hewitt, his first, team second. Relatively clean game, both sides.
Yeah, if you take a look at the foul count right now, 5-2, as McPherson picks up their second 2 fouls, you just said. Matt, I'm really impressed again with the size of Dakota State. If you look on the floor, and a guy like Crump, only a sophomore at 6'9".
They have a lot of size, and they'll keep bringing it off the bench as well. A jumper by Jesse Bean, no good. Rebounded by Aaron Frazier. Kind of had a line change during that dead ball. Bunch of new players on the floor for McPherson. Shivers penetrates, and a blocking foul on Dakota State. That is the 16th foul, one more. They're over the limit. It'll be McPherson at the line after the next foul. Shivers starting to kind of disrupt things, and Dakota State having a hard time sticking with the much quicker team of McPherson. With the basketball is Bruner up top. Bruner, foul line, kicks it over to Frazier. Frazier looking to drive, drives down, a lot of contact, no call. Rebounded by Reinhardt, up and good. Jake Reinhardt with the putback, and it's the biggest lead for McPherson. Dangerous spot here for Dakota State. They need a bucket in the worst way. 14-10 McPherson. Loose ball picked up by the Bulldogs. 2-on-1 break. Finger roll up and good for Reinhardt. Jake Reinhardt with back-to-back buckets. 16-10 McPherson.
Unselfish play there by Frazier as he gave that one up late. He could have had an opportunity to make a tough layup, but instead he makes a nice assist.
Stewart now will slow the tempo up for the Trojans. Left side it goes to Snyder. Snyder to Bean. Bean along the perimeter. Is going to get a screen from Crump. In the corner it goes to Snyder. Snyder up top. Stewart, he'll fire for 3 and knocks it down. Big basket there for Dakota State. Stewart with the 3, cuts the lead in half, 16-13.
Trojans needed that one really, really bad.
Bringing it up will be Adam Bruner. Bruner, backdoor pass to Frazier, up and good on the baseline. Frazier with 11 points early on, and the lead back to 5, 18-13.
Stewart looking like he might have gotten hit in the chest on that three-point attempt, grimacing a little bit as he holds his chest.
And McPherson applying the pressure. That's Stewart with the basketball. Nice dish down low to Crump. Set up beautifully by the Stewart penetration. Crump with his second field goal gives Stewart the assist, and it's a 3-point McPherson lead. With the basketball is Shivers. Shivers lost the handle, picked back up by Bruner. Bruner now back to Shivers, a little floater high off the glass, no good. Good block out by Crump with the defensive board for Dakota State.
Boy, Crump for a sophomore. He's already got a nice couple of baskets in there, great block out and rebound.
Stewart walks it up for the Trojans. Stewart, left side it goes to Bean. Bean into the lane, nice dump down to Crump, and he lost the handle. Second time that Crump has lost the handle, but he's a nice weapon, a lot of size down low. If they can continue to do that, they'll have some success.
Got to give the ball up high to some of those big boys. Don't give them that bounce pass.
Keith Biggers back in, Yusuf Gray back in for the Trojans. 18-15, McPherson with the lead. And bringing it up will be Adam Bruner for the Bulldogs. Bruner will walk it up halfway through this first half. Bruner still with the basketball, guarded by Lamb. They'll clear out, he'll dribble in. Free throw line with it is Reinhardt. Reinhardt lost the handle, and it's stolen by Dakota State. Trojans force the turnover. Gray will bring it across the timeline for Dakota State. Gray setting up the Trojans offense. Gray left side, still with the basketball. High post, it goes to Lamb. Lamb over to Bean, down low. And a nice feed up and good for Keith Biggers, his second field goal, and it's a 1-point McPherson lead.
Great entry pass, and Bakers uses his size with the seal and finishes with the 2.
Backdoor cut by McPherson, lost the handle, turnover on the Bulldogs. Crawford can't control the pass. They tried to answer with a backdoor feed, and now Dakota State will have a chance to retake the lead, trailing by 1.
Trojans with that momentum right now and can go up on this possession 1 or 2 points.
McPherson continues to stick in the full court press. I think they really want to try to pick up the tempo and force a little more of a get out of the half court game, if you will. Gray with the basketball. Gray left side. Fake 3 by Bean and an offensive foul on Dakota State.
Lowered his shoulder a little bit there, but Shivers did an excellent job selling that one.
So Bean picks up his first personal. Trojans are over the limit. Since it's a player control foul, we won't be shooting the 1-and-1. But a turnover nonetheless. Bringing it across will be Atwater. Atwater, the point guard, over to Shivers. Shivers on the right side. Good hard hedge by Dakota State. Knocked away. Shivers runs it back down. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Left side to Frazier. He's the playmaker. He's their leading scorer at about 20 points per game. Atwater with it on the right side. Gets into the paint. Poked away. Gets his own pass back. And will reset. Now with just 8 seconds on the shot clock. Look for Atwater to create. He'll try a 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Shivers. Shivers tracks down the long rebound and will do it all over again with a new shot clock. Shivers with the basketball. Baseline drive, and he throws it away. Stolen by Jesse Bean for Dakota State. Bean, right side. Over to Lamb. Lamb down low to Biggers, and a block this time on McPherson. Those are those 50-50 calls. It could be either way.
I was going to say almost identical call there. On the other end, it almost looks like McPherson, again, trying to slow that tempo up. And they got a second chance opportunity with the offensive rebound. And a game with a slow tempo like this, you got to take advantage of those second chance opportunities, and a careless turnover there.
Possessions are limited when you play at this tempo. Just 18-17, 8.5 to go. Lamb with the basketball. 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by the big fella Biggers. He's down low, lost the handle, kicks it back out wisely to Gray. And the Trojans will run a half-court set here. Gray closely guarded by Atwater. Gray right side, entry pass out of reach by Biggers. They are making a conscious effort looking for Keith Biggers, and why wouldn't you? 6'7", about 250. He takes up a lot of space down low.
There he's double teamed, and Lamb's man went in on the double team, left Lamb wide open up top. Got to kick that outside to him.
Atwater with a basketball. Passes over to Crawford, who knocks down the jumper. Jordan Crawford with his first deuce. 20-17 McPherson with the advantage. Now just 8 minutes left to play in this first half. Final game on this first day of the 2012 NAIA Division II Men's Basketball Championship. With the basketball is Lamb. Lamb in the high post gives it up over to Snyder. Snyder left side to Keith Lee. Down low, nice pass to Biggers, up and good. Keith Biggers with 6 points in the lead, back to 1.
Great feed from Lamb there.
Crawford into the paint, left hand up and good. You can't let him catch it so low. Jordan Crawford with the easy deuce.
And in a close game like this, you can't afford to trade baskets back and forth. Got to get stops.
7:18 left to play in the first half. Bringing it up will be Gray. Gray, right side it goes to Snyder. Snyder up to Lamb. Lamb up top to Gray. There's Snyder with it on the left side. He'll look to penetrate. Nice jump stop off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, put the ball on the floor. Now it's a loose ball, and it'll be a jump ball. And we'll see where the alternate possession will point. It looks like Dakota State will maintain possession.
Well, Matt, if there's one thing you can guarantee here at the national tournament, everyone's playing like it might be their last game. Everyone playing as hard as they can, and there are 2 guys going on the floor for that loose ball.
Everybody starts with a 0-0 record on this Wednesday. It's a brand new season. It's basically a season of 5 games. You win 5-0, you are national champions. Dakota State with the basketball. To trigger in will be Donald Stewart. Stewart gets it into Lamb, 17-footer. And it's off the top of the glass, no good. Dakota State controls the rebound, and we'll get a third look at this with under 7 minutes to go.
Take advantage on this possession.
Both teams, I don't have the stats in front of me, seem to be not shooting the basketball too well. Stewart with it up top. We'll get you those numbers here in a minute. Stewart will back it out with 5 seconds to shoot. He's got to get something going. He's going to try about a 30-foot three-pointer and knocks it down. Stewart ties it with a 30-footer, his second three-pointer of the game.
Definitely took advantage on that possession. 3 opportunities to hit the three-pointer.
So Bruner with the basketball. He'll kick it out to Dante Woods. 3-ball on the way for McPherson, no good. Nice block out by Jordan Snyder. And Dakota State can move back in front with a successful basket here. Loose ball poked away. Lamb lost it. It'll be Dakota State basketball. Teams are shooting what? You got the stats in front of you?
Stats right here. Right now, Dakota State 9 of 19, 47%. McPherson 56%, 9 of 16. But really, they're just not getting a whole lot of looks. And if you look at it, that's only 9 made baskets for both sides.
So Dakota State with a chance to take the lead here. Jesse Bean with the basketball up top to Stewart. And Stewart will back things out. They're going to run a half-court set. 15 seconds on the shot clock. With it is Stewart. He's just knocked down a couple of threes, one from about 30 feet. Nice screen. Bean, three-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll go to McPherson. McPherson with the basketball. Checking in is Jake Reinhardt. He was a starter for the Bulldogs. He'll check back in for McPherson.
The Bulldogs are 0 for 3 from behind the arc right now. Dakota State 2 of 4 for three-pointers.
Adam Bruner will walk it up for the Bulldogs. He is met by Jesse Bean crossing half court. Bruner gives it up to Shivers. Shivers up top to Bruner. Bruner looking over for Shivers. Good denial defense there by Stewart. Bruner will take it himself, leans in, draws the contact, no good, gets his own rebound, reverse layup, still no good, battle for the board. Stewart controls it, and it'll be Dakota State basketball. Bruner had a couple nice looks there, just couldn't convert.
And there was Crump again, the sophomore inside, fighting for that rebound.
So the Trojans once again with an opportunity to take the lead. Stewart, right side, puts it up, blocked from behind by McPherson. It'll still be Trojans basketball.
Reinhardt, great help side defense, came around there. And I don't think Stewart had any idea Reinhardt was there on that one.
So an inbounds play coming for the Trojans. Bringing it in will be Bean. Bean dumps it down low to Stewart, puts it up off the glass for 2. Stewart with 8 points to lead Dakota State. They have pulled back in front 24-22. With the basketball is Dante Woods. Woods, left side, back up top to Bruner. And Bruner will reset the Bulldog offense. See what the Bulldogs are going to do here. Woods, 6'4" sophomore from Houston, Texas. Right side to Shivers. Shivers go to the dribble right side, kicks it out. Reinhardt misses badly, rebounded by Mason Hewitt, up and good. Hewitt cleaning up on the offensive glass, ties it at 24.
Hewitt, right place, right time on that one. Matt, Stewart for the Trojans, he's listed as a forward, but really he's a 6'5" point guard out there.
He has run point all game long, and he's got some nice size. He's proven he can knock down the three-pointer as well. And there's Stewart. He'll look to drive baseline, still with it. Crossover dribble stolen by McPherson as they force the turnover. And Bruner will take it across. Under 4 minutes to go in this first half. 24-all is our score. Lots of subs set to come back in, especially for McPherson, sitting with 3 at the scorer's table. Shivers with it on the baseline. He'll put the ball on the floor, leans in, scoop shot up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good. Rebounded by Crump for Dakota State. And the Trojans will walk it up again. That is Stewart, and he looks to be hurting a bit once again. It'll be Trojans basketball. Bean, right side, baseline, good. Jesse Bean with a quick take, his first deuce.
Gave him the baseline, and Bean made him pay there.
26-24, Trojans with the lead. And now a turnover on McPherson. And we got a line change coming in. Aaron Frazier, Mike Atwater. We got Casey Miller back out there. And Joey Powers, 6'6" sophomore from Welch, Oklahoma, seeing his first action.
Careless turnover right there by the Bulldogs. Definitely had his intended receiver just out, overthrew him there to the sideline.
Jake Reinhardt, the lone player, staying in the game for McPherson. Bringing it up will be Yusuf Gray. Gray to Jesse Bean. He drives baseline, has it poked away. Here comes Frazier. Frazier lost the handle, picked up by Reinhardt, and it goes out of bounds. Pretty physical game the last 3-4 minutes.
And the referee's letting him play right now. Only a combined 10 fouls called here through the first 17 minutes of play.
McPherson with an inbounds pass coming. It'll be Atwater to trigger in, out to Reinhardt, who gives it up to Aaron Frazier. Frazier's a name we haven't called since about the first, since scoring about 10 points in the first 5 minutes. Atwater dumps it down low to Reinhardt, and he walked. Turnover on McPherson. Dakota State with a 2-point lead. We'll get the basketball back. 2:34 left to go in the first half.
You're seeing a little bit different change of pace right now as both teams trying to pick things up, but really they were operating better at a slow tempo.
And McPherson continues to apply the full court pressure, although they haven't forced a lot of turnovers with it. It'll be Keith Lee into the front court. Lee over to Gray. Gray on the right side gets a screen. Gray free throw line, kicks it out to Bean. Bean back to Gray. Now right side, lob down low to Biggers. Reverse layup is good. Keith Biggers with a nifty move down low. He's got 8.
Way too easy for Biggers there.
28-24, Dakota State with a 4-point lead. With the basketball is Frazier. He dumps it down low to Reinhardt. Scoop shot up and good for Reinhardt with 6.
Here's something you're not going to see too often. Biggers getting outsized there as Reinhardt pushes into Biggers and hits that one.
28-26, a 2-point Dakota State lead. Minute 48 left to go as the final possessions of the first half are coming here. Lee with it on the right side. Lee still with it up top to Gray. Gray dumps it down low. Baseline move up, no good, but a foul. That's going to put Jordan Snyder to the line for 2. First trip to the foul line for Dakota State in this game. Just the 4th team foul on McPherson.
And Matt Reinhardt right there after he commits the foul does the patent, put your hands up, straight up in the air, proving that he was straight up.
At the line will be Jordan Snyder for Dakota State. Give you his numbers from the line. A 76% free throw shooter. First one is off the mark, no good. Snyder scoreless here this evening, a 6'5 sophomore from Hartford, South Dakota. And Dakota State's going to put Donald Stewart back into the game for Gray. Minute 35 left to go in this first half. Couple of subs coming in for McPherson now. Chris Crawford and Jordan Crawford back in for the Bulldogs. Snyder, one more free throw coming. Dakota State leading 28-26. Free throws up and good for Snyder. First points of the evening for Snyder, 29-26. 3-point Dakota State lead against 5th-seeded McPherson. Could be an upset in the making. Long way to go before we call that. Atwater with a basketball, a little shake and bake, and a dipsy-do, misses the shot, and a foul on McPherson.
I think this is going to be called on Crawford on the rebound attempt.
Push off on Crawford. Chris Crawford whistled for his 2nd, team's 5th. And so wave off the basket. Coming in is Cameron Crump. He will check back in for Keith Biggers.
Well, Matt, with 1:18 left here in the first half, it would be huge if the Trojans could go into the locker room with a 2-possession lead.
Largest lead of the half was McPherson. They led 18-13. Otherwise, it's been back and forth, a really tight game the whole way. Dakota State will bring it up. It'll be Stewart, the 6'5", labeled forward, but actually a point guard. And his pass is nearly stolen. Run down by Keith Lee, and now Stewart will set up the Trojans offense. Stewart dribbles right side, 17 seconds to shoot. Under a minute to go on the game clock, and Coach Gary Garner wants to dial up here as the shot clock winds down. Dakota State with the basketball. That's Bean over to Stewart. Stewart, and now just 6 seconds to go. Stewart, long try there. I don't know if it was a 3, but a long 2, and it's off the mark. Shot clock goes off, and it'll be McPherson basketball. Good D by the Bulldogs.
Not a great possession on offense if you're out of that timeout. Probably not what you drew up there.
So 41 seconds now, about a 7-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Atwater with the basketball for McPherson. Atwater on the left side, guarded by Stewart. Atwater gets the screen, now dumps it over to Reinhardt. Back to Atwater with 15 seconds to shoot. Atwater over to Crawford. Crawford to Reinhardt, puts it up, And was the basket good? I could not see.
Basket was good. He made the basket, but an outstanding pass fake by Crawford and pass inside.
And I believe there was a foul on the play, so Crawford will have a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
I think it was Crump and Crawford collided there in the corner. And Crump coming up a little bit ginger on that ankle, but that's going to send Crawford to the line.
Jordan Crawford, 62% from the free throw line is a little bit of an issue. Shot clock will be off.
I think they're going to need all those seconds tonight.
So Crawford now will go to the line, shooting one, and he misses it. Rebounded by Keith Biggers for Dakota State. 29-28, a 1-point lead for Dakota State, and they will have the final possession here of the first half. Not until Aaron Frazier picks it clean. Frazier puts it up, throws it down with authority. Frazier with the breakaway slam dunk. And
only 29 in the first half.
It'll be the Bulldogs with the basketball as we start the second half of this final game on day one of the 2012 NAIA Division II Men's Basketball National Championship. McPherson with the basketball, Atwater with it, over to Frazier. Frazier, little floaters up and good. Frazier's tough. He's the leading scorer for either team. And Aaron Frazier with 12 points now. He's in double figures. Dakota State, three ball on the way up, no good. And McPherson smothers the rebound. Jordan Crawford rips it out of there. And it will be McPherson basketball. And a jumper by Crawford off the mark, no good. And rebound slipped out of the hands of Dakota State. Up high is Frazier. He'll put it up and good.
Well, Frazier may have woke up a little bit. As we said midway through the first half, he was kind of quiet, but now he's got 6 straight points in this ball game. And there, Lamb had an easy rebound, slipped right out of his hands. On the other end, he missed an open three. Those are opportunities you just can't pass up if you're the Trojans.
Crucial stretch once again for Dakota State early in the second half. Of course, they were down 5 early in the first half, but they responded well. Right now they're down 5 again, largest lead for either team. And they have not looked particularly sharp the last 2-3 minutes.
Trojans led by as many as 4 in the first half, but as you mentioned, this one's been close throughout.
So it'll be Dakota State basketball as they tend to the floor. A little perspiration on that play. Aaron Frazier really hit the deck hard, and so they're wiping that up, taking care of that. McPherson is now going to pick up full court. We've seen this full court press most of the game by the Bulldogs. And it's Atwater applying the pressure against Donald Stewart. Up top to Biggers. Biggers with it. And now a foul on Mike Atwater, his first. Nobody in foul trouble for either team in this contest.
We'll talk about a well-conditioned team, and the Bulldogs, they're able to stay in your face for 40 minutes, second in the country right now in field goal percentage defense.
With the basketball for Dakota State's Keith Lee. Lee over to Lamb. Lamb in the corner to Stewart. Stewart down low, Biggers, turnaround jumper, can't get it to drop. And the rebound taken away by Frazier. Look out here, Frazier, he'll be called for the carry. Got a little, lost control of the dribble, and Frazier called for the turnover.
I don't think you're going to see Frazier make that mistake too often. I think he did get a little bit excited there as it was one-on-one, and I think he thought he had the advantage.
Make no mistake, he's a dynamic player, a lot of moves, very electrifying. And he finished the first half with a nice dunk after he picked Dakota State's pocket. Stewart will bring it into the front court for Dakota State. High post entry. That's Adams over in the corner to Lamb. Lamb lost the handle, loose ball, last touched by McPherson. And it will be Dakota State basketball.
Great help side defense there as Frazier came up to double team and try to poke that ball from behind. He left his man Lamb wide open. But right there as they made the pass, McPherson came up and covered Lamb.
Jesse Bean will come back in. He'll come in for Lamb. Bean quiet in the first half for Dakota State. He is the leading scorer, averaging 14 points per game. Bean held to just 2 thus far in this contest. Trojans with it. Bean up top to Stewart. Stewart, left side it goes to Lee. Lee over to Stewart. Stewart to Bean. High post to Adams, lobs it down low to Biggers, puts it up, good. Nice solid move by Biggers. He's in double figures with 10.
Great high-low there by the big men as Adams found Biggers down low.
Biggers in double figures with 10. He continues to make a good impact for the Trojans. Left side take by Bruner. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Frazier. Frazier's pass stolen by Dakota State. So the Trojans force a turnover. And after they were down 5, they have a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it with a 3. Bean with the basketball is going to get a screen from Adams. Bean, left side it goes to Lee. Lee down low to Biggers. He's double teamed, beats it, puts it up and good. Biggers with back-to-back buckets. It's a 1-point game again.
And now he has 12 to lead the Trojans. But Matt, it seems like 5 points seems to be the ceiling right now.
That is all that either team can muster. Now a nice pick steal by Spencer Adams. He's going to slow it up. Adams with the steal, gets it to Stewart. Stewart down low to the big fella, reverse, no good. And it's put back up and good. Count it and 1 for Dakota State. I believe Donald Stewart with the putback.
And I think my math is correct. What is that, a 6-0 run? 6-0 run right there for Dakota State. And Stewart again a little bit banged up, but he's going to head to the free throw line, a chance for a 3-point play. I think Biggers wants a substitution as he's holding that left calf.
At the line will be Stewart to try to convert the 3-point play. Stewart now in double figures as well for Dakota State. He's got 10, 6'5" junior. And the free throw is off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Chris Crawford for McPherson. Dakota State, a nice response. They lead by 1, 35-34. Frazier with the basketball, guarded by Lee. Frazier hands it off to Crawford. That's Chris Crawford. Up top to Bruner. Bruner, scoop shot up, no good. Rebound in the hands of Shivers, puts it up and good. And Spencer Adams goes down. He's holding a knee. That's never a good sign. Spencer Adams still down. Shivers with the putback. McPherson back on top by 1. Shivers' first basket of the game, according to my record. And it's McPherson leading 36-35, but an official's timeout is Spencer Adams down on the floor, and he has not moved.
Well, Coach Gary Garner here for the Trojans is going to have a tough decision as the trainer had to come over late because they were still tending to Biggers on the sideline. And so the 2 big fellows right now for the Dakota State both injured.
Keith Biggers on the bench, getting tended to. It looks like a cramp probably. They're kind of pushing the toe down, the cramp remedy, if you will. Good to see Spencer Adams kind of hobble off the court under his own power. Still shaken up. I wonder if it was just a knocked knee, collided knees. Hopefully it's that and not that he felt something pop or an ACL or those kind of things.
Well, that's a shame because just a minute ago we saw that great high-low from those 2 guys, and now they're both on the floor in the corner together.
Sometimes the most valuable player is the athletic training staff. Dakota State now has to tend to the 2 bigs. Cameron Krupp will check in for Dakota State. He played some good minutes in the first half. The sophomore, 6'9" sophomore from South Dakota. Bringing it up now will be Keith Lee, who hands it off to Bean. Bean passes it into the corner to Snyder. Up top to Stewart. Look for Donald Stewart now to try to carry the load offensively a little bit for Dakota State with those 2 bigs on the bench right now. Bean on the right side. Up top it goes to Lee. Lee to Stewart. Back to Lee. Over to Bean. Bean picks up his dribble. Nearly stolen. And a nice feed down low. Blocked from behind. Crump lost it out of bounds. Last touch by McPherson. It'll still be Trojans basketball.
Well, there you saw the Bulldogs' speed on defense. 2 guys coming up to try to get that steal near half court. And it seemed like Dakota State had a 4-on-3. But all that help there in the paint for McPherson, and there's a block shot.
Stewart will trigger in. Stewart, nice pass down low. Crump misses the jumper. Rebounded by Stewart. Can't get it to go. Tips his own miss. And finally tipped in by Crump. What was that? The 4th look and the 3rd tip in on that play. So Dakota State back in front by 1. Crawford the other way. Puts up the circus shot, but draws the contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Matt, this seems like a completely different game. I don't know what game we're watching now. We got fast break points going on as Crawford's going to head to the free throw line here off of that fast break.
And Dakota State foul. And it's on Cameron Crump. His 2nd. At the line will be Jordan Crawford for McPherson.
Good to see Adams back in the game here for the Trojans.
Spencer Adams, 6'6" senior, checking back in after he's shaken up with a knee injury. And that free throw is up and good, ties it at 37. One more free throw coming for Jordan Crawford.
Haven't had a lot of free throw attempts, only combined 10.
And Crawford hits both. 2 free throws for the junior, Jordan Crawford. And McPherson, the 5th seed, leading Dakota State 38-37. This is 5th seed McPherson facing Dakota State, one of the underdogs here, and a turnover as Stewart called for the travel. Turnover on Dakota State gives the ball back to the Bulldogs.
Turnover number 10 on Dakota State. McPherson right now with 12.
Number a little high for both teams. Bringing it up is Shivers. Shivers up top to Chris Crawford. And a foul away from the ball. This one's going to go against Cameron Crump. Crump whistled for his 3rd. Team's 2nd. And it'll be McPherson with an inbounds play.
And with Biggers on the bench injured, Crump's going to have to stay out of foul trouble.
Frazier misses the alley-oop on the inbounds pass, and it's rebounded by Donald Stewart. So Dakota State with the basketball. Down 1, 38-37, 15 and a half minutes to go. Already have had 2 overtime games, if memory serves me. This one could go down to the wire as well. Adams, high-low, down low to Crump. Catches it in traffic, misses the jumper, and it's rebounded by Shivers. Crump struggling from the field. He just can't buy a bucket down low. Frazier with the basketball. A kick out to Bruner. Bruner to Frazier. He'll stop and pop for 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Crawford. And Frazier, backdoor feed to Bruner, puts it up, count it, and 1.
Well, I was about to say the Trojans got real lucky because Frazier was just left unguarded. He could have dribbled that ball into the paint, instead kicked it out, but then he went to the corner and nobody still picked him up and makes a nice feed down low to Bruner.
Cameron Crump whistled for the foul, and at the line will be Bruner for a chance for a 3-point play opportunity. Back in the game is Keith Biggers in for Crump. And they have not counted the basket yet, but I believe it should count. Should be 40-37 according to my count. And now the official is going to go over to the score table. They did put the 2 up there. We're good. So it's 40-37. 3-point play opportunity for Adam Bruner, 6'1" junior from McPherson.
And still the team's almost shooting identical. Dakota State 17 of 36 and the Bulldogs 17 of 35.
Both hovering around that 50% mark. Free throw miss and a rebound by Bruner, blocked out of there by Dakota State. Big block that time. I believe Adams came over and blocked that. It'll be McPherson basketball, as Dakota State was unable to control the rebound after the free throw miss.
I think Bruner got pretty excited. He thought he had a layup there.
Bruner will trigger in. Up top to Frazier. Frazier, right side, cut off nicely by Biggers. Over to Shivers, lost the handle, guarded closely by Stewart. Shivers will bring it back out. Shivers to Frazier. He'll stop and pop, no good. Another offensive rebound by Crawford. Crawford kicks it out to Chris Crawford, misses the 3. And now Adams pulls away the rebound. And Stewart now will fire it up to Keith Lee. Lee over to Adams. Adams, 3 ball, got it. The big fella knocks down the 3. He's got 5, ties it at 40. That Adams 3 is his 2nd field goal, and now a basket by McPherson as they move back in front. Crawford with another deuce.
A fast break point there for the Bulldogs.
One of the few fast break points in this contest. Bringing it up will be Stewart. Stewart lob through the hands of Adams. It was there, but just a little too high for Adams, and a turnover on Dakota State.
Had the right idea. Pass was a little bit too high for Adams.
Checking back in is Mike Atwater for McPherson. Atwater, Shivers, Crawford, Frazier, and Mason Hewitt on the floor for McPherson. It'll be Atwater bringing it across the timeline. Right side to Shivers. Shivers has been very quiet all game long, just held to 2 points thus far.
Shooting 1 of 5 right now.
And Crawford down the left side, count it, and 1. Chris Crawford with the bucket, his first field goal unofficially He'll go to the line for the three-point play opportunity.
Well, you're kind of nearing that danger zone, and in a game that's been close like this, but really low scoring and slow tempo, an 7 or 8 point lead could be huge in this one. Right now, McPherson a chance to go up 5.
Chris Crawford at the line, fails to convert, but an offensive rebound by Aaron Frazier. That's been the difference in the second half. A lot of second chance points, and they dish it out to Shivers, who knocks down the tray.
For whoever wins this one.
Dakota State with the basketball. Down 7. It's the largest deficit for the Trojans. Largest lead for either team. And it'll be Stewart with the basketball for Dakota State. Critical possession here in my estimation. Lee with it. Lee up top to Adams. Adams over to Jesse Bean. Up top, Adams, 3-ball, got it. Spencer Adams knocks down the big 3. That's a nice answer for Dakota State.
That was huge for Adams and for the Trojans. Bean has been quiet, but he made a great feed there to Adams outside.
Bean held to just 2 points still. Frazier with a nifty reverse layup. No good, rebounded, controlled by Biggers for Dakota State. And there's Stewart with it. He'll bring it into the front court. Stewart to Spencer Adams. Adams averaging 13 points per game. He's got 8 thus far. Bean now with it. Bean to Lee, and a blocking foul on McPherson. Samson Shivers called for the block. Just his second, team's third.
Well, we saw Shivers do that in the first half, and it was called a charge. That one called a block on Shivers. For the Trojans, I don't think Mason Hewitt's had to guard too many guys like Adams this year who can step out and hit an outside shot, but also take you down to the block.
Adams with 34 threes, so it's not out of his range to be knocking these shots down. He's got a couple of threes, as does Donald Stewart. And it's Stewart to inbounds. Down low to Dakota State. That was Adams getting the inbounds pass, and poked away, no foul called. It'll just be Dakota State basketball underneath.
Another opportunity, second chance opportunity here for the Trojans.
Up top it goes to Jesse Bean. Bean down low to Biggers. Biggers up top Adams. He'll try another 3. This one misses. Biggers there to clean up on the glass. And they're going to count that basket. Continuation. And Coach Schwartzendruber up in arms, and I think he's got a rightful complaint here.
I'd say so. Whistle was kind of late there, as it was Biggers who didn't really go up until after the whistle, really.
Kind of an afterthought. The whistle blew, and he thought, well, I might as well just put this up. You might as well, because it's going to count.
But, Matt, we take a look at the score right now. Biggers a chance to complete a 6-0 run and cut this to a 1-point lead, as it was just 47-40.
And free throw is no good. Taken away, however, by Dakota State.
Missed layup.
Stewart misses the layup. Unbelievable. They've missed probably 5 little bunnies down low. Shivers now the other way. And that's a 4-point swing in a game like that. That's huge. Shivers with a nice take going the other way.
Critical baskets here late in the final 12 minutes in a close game. You're going to have to make those shots inside the paint.
4-point McPherson lead. Bringing it up is Stewart, who just missed that layup after a nice steal. Stewart up top, it goes to Bean. Bean in the corner now. He'll dribble it back out. Looking up top for Stewart. Stewart to Lee. Lee, Adams, 3-ball, in and out, no good. And it's rebounded by Chris Crawford for McPherson, who gives it up to Shivers. Shivers on the right wing, crossover dribble. Against Lee, kick out pass to Hewitt off the mark, no good. And it's rebounded by Donald Stewart. Officials timeout now, as Stewart once again shaken up on the play.
Stewart has been banged up this game. I think Adams for Dakota State, all 4 of his 3-point attempts may have been the same exact spot as Hewitt, again giving him room, and he made the first 2 but missed the last 2. But I don't think you can give him that kind of room.
So Stewart's going to have to sit. And once again, the Dakota State athletic training staff getting a workout here tonight, as they've had a lot of players banged up. Dakota State basketball down 4, 11:20 left to go in regulation. And Stephen Kleekus, senior from Elko, Nevada, seeing his first action of the game. Transfer from Mount Marty College. in the G-Pack. With the basketball is Jesse Bean. Bean down low to Adams. Splits the double team, off the mark with the shot, no good. And is rebounded by Crawford. Here comes Shivers. Shivers pulls up from 15. Off the mark, battle for the rebound. Adams rips it out of there for Dakota State. Bringing it up will be Kleekus for Dakota State. Up top to Adams. Adams, left side to Bean. Bean along the left side, up top to Kleekus. Kleekus up top to Adams. Adams to Bean. Bean, he'll pull back. Three ball is short, no good. And a good block out by Mason Hewitt. Controls the rebound. McPherson approaching the 10-minute mark of this second half. In the corner goes to Crawford. Crawford, and lost the handle, and it's controlled by Shivers. Good play there by Hewitt to keep it alive. Shivers left side, may have traveled, no call. Get that out to Shivers again. Bruner with it up top. They're going to work the shot clock here down to 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Crawford baseline, no good. A lot of contact, no call. Rebounded by Biggers. And once again, Dakota State with a chance to cut it to 2.
Big stop there for the Trojans.
Kleekus, right side to Lee. Now to Bean. Bean to Adams. Adams backing his way in, puts up the jumper, can't get it to go, but a foul on Mason Hewitt. Hewitt whistled for his second. At the line will be Spencer Adams. And now I think we have a technical foul on McPherson. And I think it's going to go on Mason Hewitt.
I believe it. I think he had a few words there. The referees didn't like it. He's headed to the bench right now. And that could be a huge swing again. And it's only a 4-point ball game, and now we're going to have a handful of free throws here.
And again, players shaking up for Dakota State. Keith Biggers walking around gingerly. I'm not sure which injury he is. Is he the cramp, the knee, or I'm not sure which one it is, but he's still kind of trying to loosen up over there on the side. Shooting the free throws will be Jesse Bean. He'll be shooting the technical free throws. First one is good.
Again, Bean coming into the game, their leading scorer, 13 points a game. Adams averaging 12 points a game. Adams right now is doing what he does usually, and he's getting some three-point shots up, getting to the basket. Bean did a good job in the first half, making some slashes and cuts to the basket, and got a few, actually one lay-in in the first half. I think he needs to do more of that. I like the last three-point attempt. He's going to have to start shooting the ball for the Trojans to stay in this ball game. Sometimes when you're a three-point shooter like Bean is, going to the line just as he did can kind of get you on track, get some rhythm, and he just knocked down 2 free throws. 49-47. Here come the free throws after the foul now. The technical free throws were shot. Adams at the line for 2, misses the first. Line changes for both teams here. Chris Crawford in, as is Casey Miller. They're going to join Adam Bruner and Jake Reinhardt, and also Jordan Crawford out there. And the second free throw is also no good by Adams, who could have tied it with those 2 free throws. And they only had 4 free throw attempts the whole game going into those 4 attempts. So those 4 attempts right there doubled their free throw attempts and only made 2 of them. Bruner with the basketball. Bruner, right side, nowhere to go, finds Miller up top with it. Miller over to Crawford. That's Chris Crawford. Now over to Bruner. Bruner will reset. 10 seconds to shoot. Bruner trying to create. Nice take, right side, misses the bunny. Good, strong take, just couldn't buy it, and it's rebounded by Adams, and Dakota State a chance to tie it here. Adams, top of the... some missed lay-ins tonight. We have seen a lot of missed lay-ins. Must be the late time as we're approaching midnight here. Adams fires for 3, got it. His third 3, and Dakota State's battled all the way back. They're up 1. Just like that, it was 47-40 not too long ago, but a 10-2 run here by the Trojans, and now it's 50-49 with 8.5 to go. Unbelievable comeback for Dakota State. Can they hold on and upset 5th seed McPherson? That would be the biggest upset of the tournament thus far. Crawford with the basketball. Crawford over to Jordan Crawford. Down low to Reinhardt. Back out to Crawford. Misses the 3. No good. And a good block out there. Kleekus with the rebound for Dakota State. Kleekus with it. Skips it over to Adams. Long 3.
off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Jake Reinhardt. Adams starting to heat up. You might as well shoot that. Crawford leans in, can't get the floater to go, gets his own rebound stripped away by Dakota State, and it will be McPherson basketball.
Adams has a really smooth delivery on his shot, sets his feet, and that's that smooth motion as he, like you said, he needs to keep shooting because really nobody else is taking outside shots right now.
McPherson really struggling from the perimeter, 1 of 9 from the perimeter. And McPherson coming in shooting 32% from beyond the arc. And a reach-in foul. Keith Lee called for the reach-in. That'll be his first, team's 5th. Both teams nearing the bonus, but it's late in the half, so you would be expecting it. Triggering in on the side will be Bruner. Bruner to Frazier, who checks in during the dead ball. Aaron Frazier, leading scorer for the Bulldogs, back on the floor. That's Bruner with it. Bruner still with it. Gives it up to Miller. Miller to Frazier down the lane. Nice take, good. Aaron Frazier with a strong take gives McPherson back the lead.
And he's going to have to take over for McPherson to pull away with this one.
Klekus into the front court over to Lee. Back to Klekus. Klekus, he'll dribble drive, kicks it out to Lee. Lee up top to Snyder. Snyder over to Lamb. Lamb, and a foul away from the ball on McPherson. Chris Crawford called for his 3rd, and McPherson over the limit. We'll shoot him up here. A bonus situation for Dakota State.
Crump will head to the free throw line where this season he's a 68% free throw shooter. But tonight the Trojans just not taking care of business at the free throw line. They're 3 of 8 so far.
Chris Crawford whistled for his 4th. I misspoke. I said 3. It is his 4th, so he checks out. Samson Shivers back into the game. At the line, Cameron Crump. And the sophomore's free throws off the mark, no good. Those free throws might haunt Dakota State later on as they continue to struggle from the foul line. Down 1. Now McPherson has a chance to build on their lead. Frazier at the foul line. Nice dump down pass to Reinhardt, who puts it up and good.
Frazier's going to have to try to put the Bulldogs on his shoulders, as that was a great feed down low there.
And a couple of subs coming in. Jesse Bean will come in for Cameron Crump. And Mike Atwater will check back in for McPherson.
Biggers and Adams both on the bench right now for the Trojans. Might be resting them up for the final minutes as there's only 7 left.
It'll be Dakota State basketball down 3, under 7 to go. Bringing it up will be Donald Stewart. Stewart into the lane, kick out pass for 3 to Lamb, no good. Rebounded on the weak side by Frazier. And Frazier will take it up over to Atwater. Under 7 minutes to go. Atwater will get the Bulldogs in the half court. Shivers with it. Shivers, right side drive, gets free, puts it up, good. Tough take there, and he hits it. Samson Shivers with 9.
Not a lot of help side defense there on the backside for Dakota State.
Does Dakota State have another comeback as they find themselves down 5 once again? As they battle back from 7 earlier in the half. Stewart with the basketball. Stewart gives it up to Lee. Lee standing at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Lamb. Lamb, baseline. Pass over to Bean, who will fire for 3, and he knocks it down.
And Matt, as you mentioned, Bean hit those 2 free throws, maybe just what he needed to find his rotation and rhythm. That one looked really, really smooth there on that outside shot.
A little dribble drive and a kick, and Spencer Adams, Keith Biggers sitting at the scores table, so the horses are going to come back in here. Down for the stretch run. Shivers lost it, and a reach-in foul on Stewart, just his 2nd, team 6th. Both teams will be in the bonus after the next Dakota State foul. That's going to put Biggers and Adams back into the game. Coming in for Jordan Snyder and Luke Lamb.
Well, good job by Snyder and Lamb. They did what they needed to do and keep this thing close as the 2 big boys had to get a breather over there.
It'll be McPherson with the basketball, up 2, 5:36 to go. Crawford on the baseline. Crawford drives baseline, lost the handle, and there's a good defensive play there by Biggers, making an impact right away after he checks in. And so Dakota State will have the basketball chance to tie or take the lead with a 3.
Only 5.5 minutes left. We'll see who's the better, well-conditioned team here.
Stewart brings it across the timeline against Atwater. Right side it goes to Adams. Adams back to Stewart. Stewart looking inside to Adams, and a reach around foul on Jordan Crawford. Now it's going to become a foul shooting situation for Dakota State. That's not been their cup of tea tonight.
Now Dakota State right now just 3 of 9, 33%. I can't tell you how many of those 9 have been front ends of 1 and 1. And Adams in particular, not a good night for him from the free throw line. 3 of 6. I'm sorry, 0 for 2 for Adams.
And this one is no good. Crawford with the rebound. 5:11 left to go. Frazier into the front court, and he lost the handle. We have one official ruling it out of bounds, one ruling a foul, and it will be a foul. So McPherson will go to the foul line for the 1 and 1.
A lot of contact on that one as Frazier hit the floor, but again, a good strong take by Frazier, and he's going to be rewarded with a couple free throws here.
Frazier at the line, 79% for the senior, averaging 18 points per game. 2 for 3 from the foul line, and he's got 16 points. First free throw on the way is off the mark, no good.
Bulldogs now 6 of 11 from the free throw line. We have not seen a whole lot of good shooting tonight, Matt.
And Crawford coming back in for McPherson, checks in with 4 personal fouls. One more free throw coming for Frazier. This one is also off the mark. Keith Biggers with the rebound. Coaches are going to have nightmares about the foul shooting in this one. Both teams continue to struggle. Under 5 to go. Dakota State can tie it here with a 2. And it's Stewart with the basketball. He's short with the jumper. Rebound tracked down by Frazier. All white jerseys surround that offensive rebound. And now Frazier lost the handle, but a reach-in foul on Jesse Bean. His second. Frazier will go back to the line for the 1 and 1.
Not a good shot selection for Stewart there on the baseline. Tough shot as there were no rebounders even underneath the basket for the Trojans. As Biggers, again, grimacing a little bit there. He's got 2 big knee braces on both knees.
At the line, Aaron Frazier, who just missed 2 free throws. This is a 1 and 1, and this one is up and good. Bonus one coming for Aaron Frazier.
Now 6 of 13 are the Bulldogs from the free throw line.
Makes it a 3-point McPherson lead. One more free throw coming. This one is off the mark, no good. Rebound into the hands of Spencer Adams for Dakota State. Still a 1-possession game, a 3-point McPherson lead, 56-53. Into the front court, Stewart with the basketball. Stewart, right side, going down low to Adams. Gets his man in the air, nice up and under move. Spencer Adams, a clinic on the post move, and it's a 1-point lead for McPherson.
Showing some agility there on the up and under, and now it's only a 1-point game.
McPherson leading by 1 with the basketball. That's Bruner with it. Bruner, right side. They're clearing out for him. A dribble drive, throws it to Crawford off the glass. And Crawford misses the jumper.
In his leg. He's gotten some really bad calf cramps.
Both legs look to be cramping up, and Coach Gary Gardner needs to get the big guy back in, but right now his body's not cooperating. Down low, Spencer Adams. Dakota State down 1, can take the lead here. Adams, nice feed over to Crump. Crump to Bean. Bean gets a screen, top of the key. Nothing doing, over to Adams. Adams, 15-footer off the mark, no good. Rebound by Frazier. Good block out by McPherson. Frazier, Crawford, finger roll, good. Jordan Crawford with the deuce, created by Aaron Frazier again. He's been tough down the stretch. 58-55, McPherson with the lead.
I think if you're Dakota State, you got to get Bean the ball. He's got to get involved here.
Stewart with the drive, creates the contact. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Donald Stewart. And a foul on Chris Crawford, and that is his 5th personal foul. So Crawford has fouled out. Just 2 points for Crawford, but he's played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, 3:14 left. That might be huge, as Crawford, one of those key experienced players here at the national tournament.
And coming in will be Reinhardt. Jake Reinhardt checks in for Crawford, who his night is over. 2 points for Crawford, fouling out here with 3:14 to go.
Adams hit that bench like it was his hotel bed. He was really happy to sit down, I think. He needed a breather.
Donald Stewart at the line for 2 shots, and free throw is no good. Thankfully for Dakota State, it's a 2-shot situation.
3 of 11, the Trojans from the free throw line tonight.
Game like this, you got to convert your free throws, and the Trojans continue to struggle. One more free throw coming for Stewart. This one is off the mark, no good. Reinhardt with the rebound for McPherson.
That's 9 points you could have, and you're down 3 right now with 3 minutes left. They're a 66% free throw shooting team on the season.
Bruner into the front court for McPherson. Guarded by Donald Stewart. Bruner, right side drag, misses the shot. Rebounded by Cameron Crump for Dakota State. Stewart pushes it up. Lee, basket is good. Keith Lee with his first basket of the game. And here comes McPherson the other way, up 1. 3 ball by Crawford up. Ill-advised shot maybe. Crump controls the rebound for Dakota State. They can take the lead again despite their free throw shooting woes with 2:30 Nice game, 14 points for the 6'7 junior, but not able to see the floor right now. Stewart will have the basketball up top for Dakota State. And he'll go to the right side, looking underneath for Adams. Adams will back himself in, going against Crawford, leans in, counted and 1. Tough play by Spencer Adams. He'll go to the line for the 3-point play. Dakota State with the lead by 1.
Well, if Dakota State pulls this victory out, I think Gary Gardner needs to get Spencer Adams a steak tomorrow, because he has put the Trojans on his back and really carried him tonight, and he's having a fantastic game.
That after a first half, just 2 points, and he was really a non-factor in that whole first half, but the free throw woes continue. He misses the free throw, so Dakota State up 1, 59-58. Does McPherson have an answer? Frazier, baseline, tough take, and a blocking foul. I believe it is Frazier at the line.
Again, 3 of 7 tonight. Frazier at the free throw line.
First free throw on the way is good. Ties it at 59 with 2:07 to go. And here comes Keith Biggers. We'll see for how long. He's going to check in for Cameron Crump.
Got to hold out for the final 2:07, as this could possibly be your last game. Big rebound there for Biggers, though.
Biggers gets the rebound, and he is moving gingerly. He's got to be careful every step. We're tied at 59, under 2 minutes to go. Adams up top to Stewart. Stewart's going to get a screen. We'll see what kind of factor Biggers can be. He at least can set some screens. And now a foul away from the ball on Jake Reinhardt. That's going to be good for Biggers, who goes to the line. And he doesn't have to really move suddenly at the foul line. He can shoot some free throws and maybe knock these down for Dakota State.
He's 0 for 1 tonight, free throw line, 65% on the season.
It is a 2-shot double bonus situation. Free throw's good for Keith Biggers.
And that ends quite a drought for Dakota State at the free throw line. I think 7 misses in a row.
One more, it'll be a 2-point Dakota State lead, trying to get an upset over 5th seed McPherson. Biggers, free throw, up, no good. 1 of 2, and it's rebounded by Jordan Crawford. 60-59. Dakota State with a 1-point lead. Bringing it up will be Adam Bruner. Bruner over to Frazier. Expect the ball in Frazier's hand. Frazier draws the contact, no call, misses the jumper. Offensive rebound by Reinhardt. Reinhardt gets it out to Bruner. Bruner to Shivers, 3 ball. Off the mark, no good. Battle for the rebound, loose ball. And Bruner to trigger in underneath the basket for McPherson. They're looking for Frazier. Down low goes to Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Bruner, lost the handle, but a reach-in foul on Dakota State. Looks like it's going to go on Keith Biggers, his 3rd, and it's a double bonus situation for McPherson's Adam Bruner, who will go to the line for 2.
Bruner over 1 tonight.
63% on the year. First one is up and good. That ties it at 60. One more free throw coming for Adam Bruner. 5 points unofficially for Bruner. And the second free throw is no good. Rebounded by Biggers. Biggers with the rebound, and Dakota State with the basketball and a chance to take the lead here. Stewart with it, approaching the 1 minute mark. We'll see what Dakota State, where they go with the basketball. Adams has had the hot hand. Biggers has been solid. They'll go to Lee up top. Lee over to Bean. Bean to Stewart. Stewart at the elbow. He'll back it out with 10 seconds to shoot. Stewart looking to dribble drive. Gets it over to Adams. 5 seconds. Adams fadeaway jumper off the mark. Rebounded by Biggers, and it's outlet over to Bean. Stewart, 3 ball off the mark, no good. Shivers with the rebound for McPherson.
Couldn't ask for a better look right there for Stewart, wide open at the top of the key.
Aaron Frazier will walk it up, takes it across. Bounce play coming, and they will throw it into Frazier. Frazier gives it up to Bruner. Dakota State in a man-to-man. Both teams have played man-to-man. Bruner with the basketball over to Shivers. Looks like McPherson's going to hold and work the clock down. Shivers gives it up to Frazier, poked away by Dakota State. Stewart pokes it away. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Frazier, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound and a timeout shooting. Dakota State with the basketball, triggering it in. It'll be Bean. Gets it to half court. Shot at the buzzer, off the mark, no good. It hit the rim.
Plays out.
And it'll be Dakota State winning the jump ball. On the floor, it'll be Stewart, Biggers, Adams, Bean, and Keith Lee. With the basketball is Stewart in this overtime. Stewart still with the basketball. Skips it over to Lee. Lee to Bean. Bean to Stewart. Pass tipped away and out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball with 15 seconds to shoot.
Biggers wants that ball on the block. He's telling Stewart to get him that bounce pass.
It'll be Stewart to trigger in for the Trojans. Stewart gets it in to Jesse Bean. Bean up top to Stewart, and a foul away from the ball on Dakota State. They set up a double screen, but apparently one was moving, and foul away from the ball, player control. It's a non-shooting situation.
Yeah, they're going to call Lee there on that illegal screen.
Third personal on Lee. So McPherson with their first possession of the overtime period. And it'll be Adam Bruner to bring it up. Bruner over to Shivers. Shivers still with it up top. Nearly lost it. Controls it. Going against Stewart. Shivers, a lot of shake and bake. Not much accomplished there. Out to Bruner. Bruner, and he traveled. Turnover on McPherson.
That's turnover number 15 for the Bulldogs. Dakota State with 12 tonight. Shivers, a really talented, experienced player again for the Bulldogs, but he's been pretty quiet tonight.
So Dakota State with the basketball again, approaching the 4-minute mark of this overtime period. Bringing it up will be Stewart. Stewart left side to Lee. Lee over to Bean. Bean to Stewart. Stewart now to Adams. Adams hands it off to Stewart. Stewart, and that entry pass is thrown away. Spencer Adams kind of lost his footing. This might be a case where the first team that scores wins, as neither team's sharp offensively here.
Well, one of our overtime games today, all the points were from the free throw line. I don't think we're going to see that here, as there haven't been too many made free throws.
There sure have not been, and it'll be McPherson once again with the basketball. That's Crawford with it, Jordan Crawford. Chris Crawford fouled out with about 3 minutes to go. Shivers, dribble drive, scoops it up, no good, draws a foul on Dakota State. Samson Shivers will go to the line for 2.
Smart play there by Shivers, doing what he does best, gets his body to the basket, and now he's going to be at the free throw line for 2.
Shivers, 76% on the season, 16 points per game. I got him for 9 thus far. And he will shoot 2 free throws here.
McPherson, 9 of 18 tonight from the free throw line. Dakota State, 4 of 15.
So Shivers with the first free throw is up and good. That foul on Keith Biggers is his 4th.
And this is Shivers' first trip to the free throw line.
Shivers, 6-foot sophomore from Houston, Texas. And he makes 1 of 2. And hopefully we'll get out of here on time. Of course, we had the Parade of Champions, which kind of slows the evening down as well. Play has resumed. Crawford into the lane, may have traveled, no call. Gets it up to Reinhardt. Reinhardt over to Shivers. Shivers back out to Bruner with 20 seconds to shoot. Bruner out front, guarded by Jesse Bean to Frazier, and a blocking foul on Dakota State. Cameron Crump tried to take the charge, looked like he had position. Again, one of those 50-50 calls, you just never know how they're going to come out. Frazier will go to the line for 2.
And that's going to be foul number 5 on Crump. So again, a decision here for Coach Garner, as he may go to Lamb here, but he's definitely not a post.
I had Crump for 4.
I think Dakota State's coaching staff has him for 4 as well.
And so it will be 4. So Crump doesn't have to be removed from the game. Frazier, free throw up and good. Aaron Frazier with another free throw coming. Frazier with 19 points now.
And now Lamb does come in for Crump. And McPherson has put together a few free throws consecutively here.
62-60. One more free throw coming for Frazier. And this one is also good. 20 points for Aaron Frazier. 63-60. Does Dakota State have one more rally, one more spurt in them? Donald Stewart into the front court. Stewart gives it up to Jesse Bean. Bean, left side to Lee. Lee down low to Adams. Adams posting up Crawford. Adams feeds it down low. Lamb, finger roll, no good. Fight for the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Frazier. Still on the floor. And McPherson will call a timeout. And Adam Bruner will bring it up. 2:41 left to go. McPherson with a 3-point lead. Bruner, right side drive. And he'll drive down. And no good. Rebound into the hands of McPherson. A lot of contact, no call both times there. Frazier with the basketball. Finds Reinhardt in the high post. Out to Bruner. McPherson's going to use some clock.
Big possession here. A basket would be big.
Shivers with it on the left side. And the shot clock never was reset because the ball never hit the floor, or hit the rim rather. And a big rebound by Adams. So Dakota State gets their stop. Stephen Kleekus with the basketball for the Trojans. 2 minutes left to go in the overtime period. Still a one-possession game. With the basketball's Lee. Lee over to Kleekus. Kleekus now to Bean. Bean to Adams. Adams may have double dribbled, no call. And Bean going to be called for the foul. After Frazier knocked it away, Bean called for the foul. It'll be a double bonus situation for McPherson.
Well, just judging from Dakota State's, faces on the bench, you would think they're down by a lot more than 3 right now, and that is because it's been a slow-tempo, low-scoring game, I think, and now Frazier at the line to shoot 2. But again, there, Stewart on the bench. You got Kleekus in as your point guard. You kind of lose that offensive threat, the outside shooting. Bean's got to look more there for an outside shot.
So at the line will be Aaron Frazier. That's the guy you want shooting free throws, and he knocks down the free throw. One more coming. It's a 2-possession, 4-point lead for McPherson with 1:47 left to go, and he hits both.
Frazier's got 8 of his 22 points from the free throw line tonight.
65-60 is the score. And I believe Dakota State scoreless in this overtime period. Wasn't it 60-60 heading into the overtime?
60-60.
There's a 3-ball by Kleekus up and good. Stephen Kleekus knocks down a big 3. Maybe that'll give Dakota State the spark they need for over the final 90 seconds.
There's somebody who can hit an outside shot. Great look there from Kleekus. Big basket.
Bruner into the front court. Bruner right side to Crawford. Crawford leans in. Again, a lot of contact, no call. And it's rebounded by Luke Lamb. And believe it or not, Dakota State can tie it with a 2. Trojans with the basketball. Trojans give it up to Kleekus. Kleekus over to Bean. Bean to Lamb. Lamb down low to Adams. Poked away. Last touch by McPherson. It'll be Dakota State basketball. 15 seconds to shoot.
Well, now I think you got another outside threat in Kleekus. He was pretty confident there at that shot.
Shot the basketball pretty well and a good start to the tournament. It'll be Dakota State with the basketball. They inbound it to Bean. Bean Donald Stewart checks back in for the Trojans. That's a good thing for the Tees. Down low to Adams. He'll post up. Fadeaway jumper, short, no good. Rebound to Bean, 3 ball on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound taken away by Stewart. Lob down low to Adams. Turn around jumper, can't get it to go. Another loose ball rebound taken away by Frazier. Unbelievable series of events. Dakota State, how many looks did they have there and come up empty?
Boy, a lot of great looks too. I think 3 opportunities there. As Adams, his first initial shot, that fadeaway jumper, he's had a great game and a really talented athlete, but I'm sorry, he's just a little bit too fatigued here late to have a fadeaway jumper. That shot was short, but a great hustle there by Stewart on the offensive rebound, and there we saw Bean take a good 3 there. That one almost rolls in.
And look who's at the line. It's Aaron Frazier, who has been clutch, especially in this overtime period, as that is his 5th straight make from the free throw line.
And this is a big free throw here. It can make it a 4-point ball game with 29 seconds left.
One more free throw coming for Aaron Frazier, who continues to build on a fine performance now with 24 points for Aaron Frazier. 2-possession game.
Don't need a 3 here.
67-63. Stewart drives in, and the ball sent out of bounds, blocked by Frazier. It'll still be Dakota State basketball underneath with 21 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is off in this situation. Dakota State's got to score and look to get a quick steal or foul.
Dakota State from the 3-point line, 7 of 19 tonight, while the Bulldogs just 1 of 10 from behind the arc.
And Dakota State to trigger in. Out of bounds play. Stewart inbounds it over to Luke Lamb. Hands it off to Klekus. Long 3 off the mark, no good. And the rebound controlled by Frazier. And Aaron Frazier will go to the line for 2 shots and a chance to go up 6. 2 big free throws. This could almost clinch it for McPherson here from the line.
Well, Klekus had a pretty good look. It was on line right here in front of us. Just a little bit too strong.
Aaron Frazier has made a living at the foul line in this overtime. I believe he's scored all the points possibly in this overtime period. Free throws up and good. One more free throw coming for Frazier.
Frazier now 11 of 16 from the free throw line.
And that free throw is also good. 69-63, a 6-point McPherson lead. Donald Stewart into the front court. Stewart, Adams, he'll fire for 3 off the mark. And the rebound taken away by McPherson. And they have survived. And I use that term strongly.